All right, for bans, we're looking at Scorpion, Kingpin, and Cosmic Ghost Rider again. All right, so Boss Island Fury, you've got Apocalypse and Domino and Herc. Nova, you've got Diablo and Chavez. Quicksilver, you've got Elsa and Fury, even Mole Man. Infamous Doom, you've got Gallon. Yeah, Gallon. I think that's pretty much it. You could use Hulkling as well. Jabari Panther, you've got Apocalypse. Omega Red, could use Sunspot. Cersei, you've got Chavez and Diablo. MODOK, I would go with Rolk. Could probably even swing it with Iceman or anyone who's double immune, so anti-venom. And then Terrax, Diablo, Dragon Man. Few options there. 1 through 3 on the way out. Cap Sam, you've got Gallon as your easiest, and then probably Hulkling. Path 1, you can take the whole thing with Omega Sentinel, or you can use Elsa for Thing, and then Nimrod for Domino. Path 2, Scorp, Warlock, or Fury for Scorpion, and then for Crossbones, Apocalypse with an Odin pre-fight, or any of the Subdue options with the Odin pre-fight. And then Path 3, Omega Sentinel, you've got Nebula, you've got Corvus, just make sure to parry before attacking, and then Mojo, Rolk, S99, Titania. 4 through 6 on the way out. Doom, you've got Mr. Negative, Doom as an option. On the way in, Bishop, you've got Kitty Pryde. You can also use any tech option. Just be mindful of Power Snack. Path 4, Weapon X, or sorry, yeah, War Machine, not Weapon X. He's a subdue option. You could use Gallon. I mean, the biggest thing with him is just push him to Special 2, which actually should be easier with the Global, and then hit into his block as needed. And then Wiccan, I would just use an Incinerate immune. So Human Torch, Sunspot, there are options. Path 5, Arcus, Diablo or Chavez, or Dragon Man, and then Wong, Human Torch, Titania. That's pretty much, I would not suggest Mr. Negative, but you can. It's just not a great time if the blue spell gets cast. Path 6, Annihilus, you can go with Absorbing Man. You can also go with any of the Mystic Subdue options. And then for Nimrod, you can go with Gallon, you can go with Nebula. 7 through 9 on the way out. Spidey Supreme, you can go with S99 or Titania. And then on the way in, Apocalypse, you can also use Carl there. You can also use, I'm sure, Nimrod would work. Again, just hitting into block when needed. Path 7, Atuma, you got Omega Red, Havoc, and Apocalypse. Punisher, you've got Gallon, could even flex Apocalypse there as long as you hit into block as needed. Path 8, S99 the whole thing, or Titania the whole thing if you want. And then Path 9, you could actually use Absorbing Man for the whole thing, or you can use Jabari Panther for Void, and then Omega Red for Killmonger. 1 through 3 in section 2 on the way in, you have a Gallon. You can use any of the neutralized champs, Wiccan, Tigra, or Rintra, but you can also use Mr. Negative there, S99, or even Titania pretty well. And then Penny, you can go with Magneto or Gallon. Mangog, you can go with S99 hitting into block, or Omega Red. Just really, or Human Torch. 1 through 3 on the way out, Korg, Omega Red, or Doom. Path 1, Chavez or Diablo on Hulkling. And then Path 2, use a Poison Immune Overseer is probably your top option. Or you can probably get away with G99 since she doesn't crit and she has an easy access to a power drain. And then Path 3, nothing special really there. Any science that's comfortable countering Absorbing Man. So Human Torch, S99, Titania, Mr. Negative, all options. 4 through 6 on the way out. Gore, you've got Chavez and Diablo. Path 4, you can go with Apocalypse actually for the whole thing, or you can bring Nimrod or Omega Sentinel for Kitty Pryde, and then Omega Red for Mantis. Path 5, Quicksilver or Mr. Negative. Path 6, Diablo, Chavez for Icarus, even well, no, not Shang-Chi for that node. 7 through 9 on the way out. Spot, you've got Blade, you've got Absorbing Man. Path 7, you can Apocalypse or Omega Red that Kingpin, and then bring a Poison Immune Warlock or Nimrod for Immortal Abomination. Path 8, Omega Sentinel or Nimrod for Weapon X. And then Path 9, Warlock, Omega Sentinel or Nimrod for Havoc. And then Rolk, Shang-Chi, even Diablo for Null. So that does it for defense. Let's take a look at attack. All right, so War 10, we have Legion. Today I'm going to be taking in Omega Sentinel, Elsa, and Mr. Negative. I've got Path 5 in Section 1 and Path 1 in Section 2, and then a mini-boss on Boss Island. So Path 5 here, we're getting started off on Tigra. I'm going to PS1 here. Since there's not aggressive prowess, I'm not worried too much about eating a special attack and it ending, at least before I get the special 3 down. So game plan here, we're going to parry heavy twice, and then we are going to parry 1 time without throwing a heavy, and then, oh no, sorry, we're going to parry combo. That's right. We don't want a heavy here, so parry combo twice, parry 1 more time, evade counter here. That gives us 8 dark. We're going to build to special 3 as we build some light, and hopefully she throws a special attack or 2 before we get ready to throw our special 3. So here she throws a special 1, good. We push her to her next one. She is kind of stubborn here, won't really throw it as I try and dex out, so I decide to parry heavy there, evade counter to consume this 7 light into dark to throw this special 3. Here the game is pretty much over. Once we get to this point, it's done. I come out of this with my block up, and she decides from downtown a special 2 into my block. So thanks for the 2-pot, Tigra. We move on. Fight after Tigra is Maw. This one is a little bit risky. Not the biggest fan of this, but I mean, Maw here, kind of annoying. The risk here is that I kind of break my rule that you guys have heard, where I'm going to evade counter more than twice for easy openings if I need to. We are aggressively pushing him to special 1 when we can, but also due to so many parries on non-contacts that don't create stuns, there's a chance throughout this fight that we lose the light/dark energy that we gain throughout it. So you have to be very prepared to get to special 3 with no dark energy, and then spend the rest of the fight trying to build that dark energy. Now with this node, you could technically just throw a special 2 with dark energy while he has the protection up, because then the degen will place after the protection, and then he'll just probably KO from that. But you have to feel out the fight. It's got to be a comfort thing, and the timing and the way everything lines up has to be right. At least with the special 3, you don't need the stars to align. You can hold a special 3 forever and then build dark energy. So here I'm just kind of working off the wall. We've only got 2 dark energy. It's fine. We're going to cause him to lose focus here before he gains the next miss. So now we're in a good spot. I'm going to build some light, making sure not to go over 10 dark. There's the evade counter for the opening. I want to try and push him to special 1 there, but he just wasn't having it. So now I just build some more light, convert that. Now I need a heavy. Here it is. Protection's down. We've got the Fury. We've got an extra Fury, and we've got more than 10 dark energy. So this will KO Maw on the way out. So we clutch it, even though it got kind of interesting there against the wall. We move on to Omega Sentinel's fights. She's got both of these fights on Path 1. This is a rank 5 thing. Felt more comfortable taking this node with a heal block option instead of a thing counter option. Technically, Elsa's not really even a counter. You still have to count rock stacks with her. So that just justified using Omega Sentinel, especially since she's rank 5. So I went heal block. I'm never going to use a heavy attack. I'm counting rock stacks here. I'm ending with mediums when I can, so that I can keep a heal block up constantly or at least when I want to bait a special attack. That way we don't have to worry about an unblockable thing later in the fight. And you can see here, he's not really wanting to throw this special, but luckily regen was up, so he can't gain that vigor charge. But really, the most important thing with this fight using Omega Sentinel, and it was what I practiced with duels, since you're going to want to end your combos completely, whether to pause your debuffs or to place a heal block, you need to be comfortable with not dexing out immediately when you finish the combo, because that's going to get you smacked if Thing decides to throw a special 1 or special 2 that is 100% going to be unblockable. That's the only reason you're going to complete a combo and back out. So you want to hesitate, see that the special attack is coming, and then dex when you finish the combo instead of just dexing out. So there, finished the combo, I was ready, I parried. It's fine if I parry him, he can sit there stunned with 15 rock stacks. I'm just gonna back up. And my plan was the special 3 and trying to keep those incinerates paused as long as I could. They fell off, and instead here I saw a perfect opportunity after this set of 15 to bait out this special attack and throw the special 2, which after a full combo, and I'm gonna pot, well no, I play seal block. After a full combo is gonna put him at 11. So here I'm just going to wait, get these last 4, and then there's the hesitate, and then I'm just letting him melt here. And then when he throws this special, if he throws this special, it's where I'm gonna go back in and pause, but he'll probably KO from the combo. Yeah, and down he goes. So it was a good call. I was happy I did that. Plus, the invulnerability boost did not run out. So we heal up just the little bit that we lost in that fight. And we go on to our second fight on path 1, which is Domino. So the real reason Omega Sentinel got assigned here, we don't have to worry about Buffet because she is Nullify immune. And then she counters mutants with not having her ability accuracy modified. So perfect counter for this node combo with champion. Here I could play aggressively. I could parry medium. I could parry heavy after that, build 3 debuffs, get to special 2, drop it, let her melt, pause from there on, place some additional incinerates if I want to. The only thing that kind of slows that down for Omega Sentinel is the lucky passive. You can't do full combos and you can't risk a heavy while she's stunned, while she's lucky, since it reduces stun duration, and there's the chance she can evade. So kind of play it slow. Right after that lucky, I decide forget it. There's the parry, there's the medium, throw special 2, there are the incinerates, there's the lucky. I'm gonna wait just a little bit. It expires, here comes the parry heavy, or sorry, I'm gonna bait out this special 2. There's the heavy since she's not throwing it, so everything's paused. And she's just going to take away from plasma. Down she goes. So first war I've been able to use her since rank 5, I think. Was happy to. And then my last fight this war is this Quicksilver here on 55. This is a rank 5 Quicksilver. We have a White Magneto pre-fight in case I ever need to parry and then place a cold snap. But really what you're going to find is every opportunity I had to parry that worked in this rotation ended up being an evade counter. So here, since he started with space, I evade counter so that we can trigger evade, and now our incinerates are cold snaps, and the evade's on cooldown, so I don't have to worry about parry or evade. And my plan was to block every special 1, and it wasn't until after this fight that I realized something special about his special 1. So there I saw an opportunity to parry. It ends up being an evade counter. A lot of this, if he was below a bar of power, I did just straight up bait out a heavy and then retaliate. I was not going to rely on stun much at all this fight. It's just safer that way. She'll take care of the whiplashes. Decided not to dex the special 1s. However, I know it looks like I blocked there, but in terminal velocity, his special 1 is unblockable, and I did not actually know that. There's not a call out, but it's in his kit. So from now on, if he's in terminal velocity, I'm evading that. But it's fine, just take some health off. Brute force got us a little bit there. We're still back at it, blocking every special 1, playing it chill, not being too aggressive, but aggressive enough that we're not too passive. And she is just lighting him up. And this should do it. And down goes Quicksilver. So solid fight compared to the last one. And then I had one that I never recorded, unfortunately. But anyways, good war for me. Good showcase for those three. Our battle group actually lost to theirs 0-2. So Legion's BG2 definitely showed up for this war. And then Legion as a whole did pretty well, 4. But we did not repeat our last performance of 1. So we ended up losing this war 8-4. The way it stands, I mean, we won 5 and lost 5, I'm pretty sure. I think we're still in Masters, and I think we only need 1 more win to stay in Masters, but 2 would obviously be nice. So hope you guys enjoyed the war and the video. Give it a like, hit subscribe, and I will catch you guys at the next war.